It was a late afternoon when Jason, a 35-year-old accountant, sat nervously in Dr. Thomas's office, clutching his side. He had been experiencing severe pain in his lower back for days. It started as a dull ache, but over the last 48 hours, it had become unbearable. The pain was coming in waves, and no matter how much he rested or took painkillers, it wouldn't subside. He had tried to ignore it at first, but his wife, Lucy, insisted he see a doctor. "Dr. Thomas, I don't know what's happening to me," Jason said, trying to hold back the tears. "The pain is so sharp, and it keeps coming back. It's like waves of pressure." Dr. Thomas, a seasoned urologist, nodded with understanding. "I believe you're experiencing the symptoms of kidney stones, Jason. They can cause excruciating pain, especially when they move from the kidney down to the ureter, which is the tube that connects the kidney to the bladder." Jason felt a chill run down his spine. Kidney stones? I've heard of them, but I never imagined they could cause this much pain. "Well, they can," Dr. Thomas continued. "Kidney stones are hard deposits of minerals and salts that form in your kidneys. These stones can range in size from tiny grains to large stones that require surgical intervention. What you're feeling is likely the stone moving through your ureter. The good news is that most stones will pass on their own, but it depends on the size and location of the stone." As Dr. Thomas explained the situation, Jason couldn't help but feel overwhelmed. But Dr. Thomas wasn't just a doctor. He was a guide in a moment of fear and uncertainty. He was about to share with Jason not just a diagnosis, but a roadmap to recovery, a journey that would help him understand how kidney stones form, how to manage them, and how to prevent them from ever returning. The journey of kidney stones, Jason's path to understanding. Jason's life had been full of small, seemingly insignificant choices that had gradually led him to this point. He was a busy professional, always rushing between meetings, work deadlines, and social obligations. His focus was often on his career and family, but when it came to his health, things like staying hydrated or eating balanced meals often took a back seat. It wasn't until he experienced the intense pain of kidney stones that Jason realized how much his lifestyle choices had impacted his body. As Dr. Thomas had explained, kidney stones are hard deposits formed by substances in the urine. These minerals can crystallize and grow into stones that block the flow of urine, leading to sharp pain, swelling, and even long-term kidney damage. Jason couldn't help but feel guilty as he recalled the countless cups of coffee he'd consumed, the nights spent working through dinner, and the lack of water he'd consumed each day. He now understood that all of these habits had contributed to the formation of the stones. But Jason was not alone in his experience. Every year, millions of people around the world face the painful reality of kidney stones. In fact, kidney stones are one of the most common urinary tract disorders, affecting approximately 1 in 10 people at some point in their lives. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, estimates that over 500,000 visits to the emergency room are made annually in the US alone due to kidney stones. And it's not just about the pain. Untreated kidney stones can cause severe complications, such as urinary tract infections, kidney damage, and even kidney failure in extreme cases. Jason was beginning to realize that kidney stones weren't just a random health issue, they were a wake-up call. This was his body telling him that he needed to take better care of it. The good news was that there was hope. He could learn to manage his kidney health, change his lifestyle, and prevent future stone episodes. Dr. Thomas had laid out a clear path for him to follow, and Jason was committed to taking the first steps toward a healthier life. The size of the stone, how size affects the pain and recovery. The first thing Dr. Thomas had made clear to Jason was that the size of the stone significantly impacts both the pain level and the time it takes to pass. Jason remembered Dr. Thomas showing him a series of props, a penny, a raisin, and a small crystal, each representing kidney stones of various sizes. A stone as small as 1-2 millimeters, he explained, could pass naturally in a week or so. But larger stones, those over 5 millimeters, could take weeks, even months to pass, and might require medical intervention. For Jason, the size of his stone was still uncertain, but Dr. Thomas had explained that stones larger than 4 millimeters were less likely to pass on their own. This was a critical moment for Jason. He could now understand the immense physical strain that occurred as the stone traveled down his ureter, a narrow tube connecting the kidney to the bladder. Every moment of pain he felt was the stone moving through the small, muscular tube, causing spasms and pressure. Scientific insight. The process of stone passage involves the stone moving through the renal pelvis into the ureter. According to a 2019 study published in the Journal of Urology, the passage of kidney stones is influenced by their size, location, and composition. Smaller stones have a higher rate of spontaneous passage, while larger stones tend to cause obstructions and may require medical treatments. Stones smaller than 4 millimeters have an 80% chance of passing naturally, while those greater than 5 millimeters decrease to a 20% chance. This scientific understanding helped Jason make sense of his pain. The chances of his stone passing on its own were slim, but Dr. Thomas assured him that the body often tried to expel the stone through powerful wave-like muscle contractions known as peristalsis. The question now was how to manage the pain and support his body in this process. Jason's approach, hydration and its impact on kidney health. After receiving his diagnosis, Jason's first priority was to make sure he was hydrating properly. Dr. Thomas had stressed this point repeatedly. Drinking enough water was the simplest yet most effective way to prevent kidney stones from forming. Jason had learned that the kidneys filter waste and excess substances from the blood, and without enough water, these substances can become concentrated, forming crystals and stones. Scientific insight. Hydration is critical to preventing kidney stones. According to a study published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases, individuals who maintain high fluid intake have a significantly lower risk of forming kidney stones. The study concluded that drinking at least 2 to 3 liters of water per day dilutes the substances in the urine, reducing the likelihood of crystallization. The goal, Jason realized, was to drink enough to produce clear urine, which indicated that the kidneys were being flushed properly. With Lucy's encouragement, Jason began making a conscious effort to drink more water. At work, he kept a large water bottle at his desk, setting reminders to drink every hour. At home, he started making infused waters with fresh fruits and herbs, finding creative ways to stay hydrated without getting bored of plain water. Slowly but surely, Jason noticed an improvement in his energy levels and a reduction in the frequency of his stone-related pain. He realized how much of a difference something as simple as water could make in his health. Dietary changes, what to avoid and what to embrace. Next on the list were Jason's eating habits. He had always been someone who valued convenience and often relied on prepackaged snacks and takeout for lunch. His diet was high in sodium, processed foods, and red meats, exactly the kind of foods that Dr. Thomas had warned against. Now, Jason knew he had to make some serious changes to his eating habits. Scientific insight. A diet rich in sodium, animal protein, and oxalates is a known contributor to kidney stone formation. A 2020 study published in The Lancet showed that reducing sodium intake and avoiding excessive animal protein consumption could lower the risk of forming calcium oxalate stones. This was because high sodium levels increase calcium excretion in the urine, while animal proteins elevate uric acid levels, both of which contribute to stone formation. Jason learned to make more thoughtful food choices. He started preparing home-cooked meals with lean proteins like chicken, tofu, and legumes. He focused on consuming foods rich in fiber, antioxidants, and low in oxalates. He replaced his beloved salty snacks with fresh fruits and vegetables, and for the first time, he was truly enjoying the benefits of a nutrient-dense diet. Exercise, keeping the kidneys active. As Jason adjusted his diet, he also realized that regular physical activity would play an essential role in his long-term health. Dr. Thomas had emphasized the importance of exercise for overall kidney health, and Jason decided to take it seriously. He knew that physical activity helps improve blood flow and circulation, which supports the kidneys in filtering waste more effectively. Scientific insight. According to a study published in the Journal of Nephrology, individuals who engage in regular physical activity are less likely to develop kidney stones. Exercise promotes weight loss, reduces hypertension, and prevents obesity. 3 key factors that can lower the risk of stone formation. Moreover, exercise increases blood flow, which helps the kidneys function optimally. Jason wasn't a fan of intense workouts, But he started with simple activities like walking and swimming. Lucy joined him for evening walks around their neighborhood, which not only helped them both stay active, but also gave them quality time to talk. After a few weeks, Jason noticed that his overall stress levels decreased and his kidney pain became more manageable. Personal stories, learning from others. As Jason navigated his recovery and prevention strategies, he started connecting with others who had experienced kidney stones. One person he met in a support group was Mark, a 50-year-old construction worker who had suffered from frequent kidney stones for years. Mark shared how he had passed stones as large as 7 millimeters without surgical intervention, thanks to his strict focus on hydration and diet changes. Mark's story encouraged Jason to keep pushing through, even when it felt difficult. Jason also remembered hearing about Sarah, another woman from the support group, who had struggled with kidney stones for over a decade. After following a combination of dietary changes, regular exercise, and hydration, Sarah hadn't had another stone episode in over 2 years. Jason realized that there was no magic bullet for kidney stone prevention, only consistent effort and a proactive approach. Jason's new normal. As Jason's journey progressed, he found that taking care of his kidneys wasn't just about managing the stones. It was about creating a lifestyle that has supported overall health. Hydration, diet, exercise, and a proactive mindset became his foundation for long-term kidney health. He was determined not to let kidney stones control his life any longer. Now he knew that he was not just surviving, but thriving. Every step he took toward a healthier lifestyle was a victory. And as he continued to make small, positive changes, he felt more empowered than ever. Jason's journey had just begun, but the lessons he learned would stay with him for the rest of his life. As we come to the end of Jason's story, it's clear that his journey through understanding and managing kidney stones was not just about overcoming pain. It was about making a commitment to a healthier life. We've discussed the various ways in which hydration, diet, exercise, and mindful choices can all play a significant role in preventing and managing kidney stones. From Jason's struggles with his initial symptoms to the proactive steps he has taken to prevent future stone formation, the key takeaway is clear. Kidney health doesn't just happen by accident. It's something that requires continuous care and effort. We learned that staying well hydrated is essential, as it dilutes the substances in our urine that can form stones. Jason's experience with increasing his water intake and the positive effects it had on his health shows just how impactful something as simple as drinking more water can be. Moreover, we saw how adjusting his diet to include more plant-based foods, cutting down on sodium, and managing his intake of oxalate-rich foods can significantly improve kidney health. And through consistent exercise, Jason has not only improved his kidney function, but also enhanced his overall well-being. The lesson here is simple but powerful. You hold the key to your health. Like Jason, you can make changes today that will positively impact your future. Whether it's drinking more water, eating foods that support your kidney health, or staying active, each small change adds up. The journey won't always be easy, but every step you take is progress, and it's worth it. Remember, you are not alone in this. Everyone who has ever faced a health challenge has had to begin somewhere. Change takes time, but as Jason's journey shows, even the smallest adjustments can lead to big results. It's about embracing those changes and understanding that the process of transformation, however gradual, is what leads to lasting improvement. Jason's story is a testament to resilience and the power of knowledge. He started with uncertainty, feeling overwhelmed by the pain and the unknowns of his condition. But by taking control of his health, educating himself, and making the necessary lifestyle changes, he is now living with confidence, knowing that he is actively protecting his kidneys and his future. If you've found this video helpful, don't hesitate to take the next step. Like, subscribe, and share this message with others who may benefit from it. Join us in this community of support, where we continue to empower each other on our paths to better health. Leave a comment below and let us know how you're taking steps toward improving your kidney health, or if you have any questions. We're all in this together. Remember, every step you take is progress, and every small change is worth celebrating. Take action today, and let's make kidney health a priority together. You've got this.